Welcome to another episode of Stats and Facts, where we have all the stats.
You got all them facts, you dig?
I go by DJG94.
And I'm one. What's up, ready, bro?
What's good, boss?
Cooling, man. Ready to get these people what they need, man.
Mm-hmm. I
Hey,
guess so.
so look, we back again, man. As you know, all know, the Super Bowl just happened this weekend. Me and DJ was pretty wrong with our predictions, sadly. So you know me, that happens. It happens. You ain't gonna win them all, but man,
Can't rig them all.
so so look, man. As y'all know, the Buccaneers defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 31-9 to take it all, to get Brady his seventh ring. And
Say that again.
to get Brady his seventh ring, you know.
Oh, you okay? That's my point exactly. To give Brady his seven ring. Okay,
But
that's
see,
what I thought I heard.
look, I
That's
ain't
what
gonna go there. So look,
I am.
to all our listeners and
Rick.
viewers, um, we're gonna get into the Super Bowl, but first, man, we gotta let DJ get something off of his chest, man, because he was very heated to say the least. So DJ, how are you feeling about this outcome of the Super Bowl, my bro?
It's Cap. That's all I gotta say, bro.
What's
Shit.
up, man? What you ain't why you say it's kept? It looked like it was a straight defeat to me, man.
Yeah. To the refs' eyes and Tom Brady's eyes, it was a defeat. Shoot,
So
that shit.
so are you one of the fans who fell into this game is rigged conversation?
Damn Skippy. Damn Skippy.
So break that down for me, man, because as I'm looking at the game, right? Yeah, there was a few calls where I was like, I might have would have let that go, but to me, the thing is, the Chiefs just didn't show up to me. So dive into it when you say the game is, you felt like the game was rigged, because
Okay.
I kind of
Six
disagree.
penalties in first half, 95 yards. And two out of six of them was to the 10 yards away from the end zone. And then two touchdowns happened to be by Rock Gronkowski.
Mm-hmm.
And then before halftime, they call it a flag. I'm like, they did the same thing back in 2008 with the game on line, the Super Bowl. The Randy Moss, he had shoved him, and they ain't called no penalty,
Okay.
and that's what caused the Patriots to lose that year in the Super Bowl. It was 18-0, and I'm like, damn, and giving them that call, ain't so that all of a sudden that's a holding.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I knew. And then the whole game, the analysts would just talk about Tampa Bay, Tom Brady. And before the game came on, I'm watching it down at my neighbor's house, and I'm going for Kansas City. Everybody saying you about to get your heart broken because they about to get that to Tom Brady. I'm like, nah, they gonna win, even though Mahomes had a bad foot. Three offensive linemen was out. I still thought they had a great chance to win that Super Bowl, bro.
They did, and that's why I disagree with you, because I'm like, you gotta look at those key drops. Kelsey had drops he never been dropping before. Tyreek Hill, the ball hitting his hand, he dropping it. Like, guys, what's going on? And then one thing I wanted to point out too, the first 21 minutes of possession for the Chiefs, bro, they ran 20 plays and only had 64 yards. What Kansas City Chiefs is that? Because it's not the one we've been watching all
And,
year.
and you gotta realize they wasn't running the ball enough neither. They act like they ain't have no running backs.
Le'Veon Bell. What you gonna get him for if you're not gonna use him?
You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
if you know Mahomes a little banged up. And then my thing is too, the offensive line that played a big part of it. Remember how we was talking about their guys going down? You got to move your left tackle to, I think, left guard. Then they had to move the right guard to right tackle. Then bring in a guy who never played before in a game to start at center. So as you seen, bro, Mahomes was running for his life every play. So it's just like they didn't come to play to me, man. I think they really just thought we the defending champions and let's just get in and out. Like we just gonna win this game. And like you say, bro, you can't do that against Tom Brady. If that's the one guy, especially if you thinking like, okay, this game is rigged. Like if the refs gonna be on their side, if that's your thinking, then you sure can't come to play with these guys. You got to get up in here and win. Then they had calls where, and don't get me wrong, I forgot the guy's name on Tampa who pushed Chris Jones. Chris Jones retaliated and pushed him, but he got caught. So they gave up a key third. I think that was a fourth down.
Yeah, fourth down.
First down, and they end up scoring. So plays
Yep.
like that, bro, we never seen Kansas City do that before. So this game, they just was all out of character. Then you got Honey Badger going back and forth with Tom Brady. We never seen that before. They normally just ball out, kick your ass, and go home. But the Super Bowl, I don't know what Chiefs team this was, bro. So that's why I'm of the mindset this game wasn't rigged. Had a few bad calls, don't get me wrong, but KC
And
just
the bad calls cost them the game, bro, in the first half.
okay.
That's
So
just me. You entitled to your opinion, I'm talking to mine. Tom
okay.
Brady, it's the third Super Bowl is about to they cheated for him.
Okay, so I know you had a few things you wanted to talk about, like such as the tuck rule. Listen, anybody who watches football and knows the game knows that the tuck rule game was complete bullshit. That was a fumble, and I don't know what they saw. So with that said, you had a few games that you had in mind that you wanted to speak about. Like, elaborate on that, because you are the mindset that you say go you gonna take some of Brady's rings away if you had to.
Yeah, he like 7 rings, and man, it's Tom Brady at least supposed to just have like 3 Super Bowls.
Dang.
Then they always talk about he the GOAT. He in there with Jordan. Last time I checked, Jordan never lost the championship. Tom Brady lost 3 Super Bowls. He lost against the Giants, and then he lost against my Eagles, which, by the way, we had a backup quarterback, and we kicked his ass. But he the GOAT. The last 2 Super Bowls he won before this one came back from a 20-point lead with Atlanta Falcons. Really? And then, not to mention the Seattle Seahawks game. All of a sudden, they don't want to go to beast mode. They want to throw it to a receiver, Pete Carroll. Come on, man. Something ain't right about that. Ain't no damn way.
So I just want to remind you of something. Like,
What?
I just want to remind you of something. This whole season, you've been saying, yeah, bro, ready to go. Now all of a sudden,
Yep.
he's not.
I'm saying now, hell no, he ain't a GOAT.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not giving him that no more. After what I just seen, ain't that GOAT about that, nigga. You got the refs on your side giving you all them damn flags. And all of them was defense, bro. Tom Brady. Come on, man. How do you not see that? You got eyes. You not watching what I'm watching? You Stevie Wonder or something? You went blind on me? Damn. Man, come on, man. That GOAT shit, Tom Brady, I ain't give that dude no go, man. That shit old.
Damn.
Hell no.
Last week you was just saying he.
I don't want to hear. I argue my neighbors down as much. It ain't our fault. Kansas City, they ain't coming to play. I'm like, nah, bro. They was in that game. That first half, they would never got messed over. That's what took their confidence away. It wasn't just the offensive line. All of them was gone. Like, what is going on here? Even though it's 2 different sides of the field, you take the offense confidence away. So that's how I look at it.
I mean, we can go on this for days because I seen, of course, you know, social media gonna do their thing. So I seen everybody saying, man, what's up? This game real, woo-woo. But I'm of the mindset you still gotta go out there and play, bro. And I just ain't used to seeing Kansas City score 9 points, bro. So that's why I'm like, they just.
This how I look at it. You a damn Saints fan. This shit would have happened to them. You would have been, oh man, there's something right about this. This ain't the Saints, so of course, just like you a LeBron fan.
My team experienced my team experienced one of the worst NFL calls ever with the pass interference, and what I had to do, get over it. So we can sit up here and say that the game is rigged, but guess what? Tom Brady still got 7. So it's just like, yeah, KC just got to go back and regroup, come back next year. They obviously gonna be back. That's why I'm not like, yeah, it's history in the making with Tom getting his 7th, but bro, like, it's nothing to overreact about. Like, KC still gonna have basically the same team.
Long as they one thing, if Tom Brady come back, don't be surprised he go back to back.
But see, that's to the point. Who's gonna step up in the NFC? Because somebody has to step up. If no one steps up, then yeah, he'll be marching right back. But I mean, we gotta see, bro. We gotta see what these moves talking about too. But look, man, we can go on. We can go on.
Like I said, I got my opinion, bro. That shit was rigged. I don't give a damn. Tom Brady, you ain't no goat in my eyes. Fuck that.
Damn.
Ain't no worse than a cheating ass game.
Damn,
I
bro.
wanted to see a fair game. All of a sudden, they can't score no touchdown. They been getting it. They been getting over 30 points in the playoffs for the last 2 years. Man, come on, man, get out of here. Damn, that shit was no defense, man. That shit was silly.
So look, man. Something we talked about last episode was like as far as certain races. Obviously, we know is at a disadvantage. You know, I mean, when it comes to certain things, incidents, things happen, the media doesn't cover it the same. And with that said, Andy Reid's son last week was drunk driving, had a crash, ended up hitting a 5-year-old, causing her to have life-threatening injuries. And the question is, why isn't the media discussing this? But on the flip side, it is like, did this play a part in some distractions behind the scenes with the Kansas City Chiefs? Not to make excuses for them, but I want to get your thoughts on that, bro. Like, why don't you think the media is covering this?
Because it's black and white, bro. That's why. This was a black coach like Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, yeah, they'll be bringing this up during the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts to it.
It was crazy because I had no knowledge of this until today. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my research for the pod as usual, and I come across this story, and I'm like, whoa, like this is one of the biggest events in the world, and we not even discussing this. Like, and I know people make mistakes. I'm not here to criticize, but I'm like, yo, we got to talk about this. If the black athletes, some of our favorite heroes, when they make mistakes, it gets, you know what I mean, blew out of proportion. Like, it just gets all the media attention, but this goes under the rug. And I get it, he's Andy Reid's son, but still, man, like, you make a mistake, if you're gonna criticize everybody else, he got to pay that same token. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, look at the Chad Wheeler incident. White boy beating on a woman. Then this woman is black.
yeah.
Think they're gonna talk about that thing? They ain't put that on Sports Internet. You only seen that one time. That was on Undisputed. Shannon Sharp had to bring that up. Why? Because he a black man. He said the same thing we saying. Why all of a sudden we don't see the white players or the white entertainers get, criticized for doing dumb stuff, but when it's black, it's a problem. We devils, we thugs, we evil.
Yeah.
So
it's just crazy, man. But we're gonna move on to some more positive news. And I want to say congratulations to Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich as the first black coordinator duo to win a Super Bowl. And also shout out to Bruce Arians, man, the head coach of the Buccaneers, for even having a helping hand in that. You know what I'm saying? To get some black guys on your staff that are well equipped, and they really could be head coaches. They really should be head coaches. But again, to your point you just made, we always gotta settle, and we always gotta get thrown in somewhere, and we overqualified to have a head coaching job. So shout out to Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, congratulations guys on winning the damn fixed game. Congrats.
Shout out to them, man. Now we gotta get into some of these shaky waters in the NFL, my dog. And that's with Russell Wilson. Man, another dog quarterback. But he's having some frustrations out there in Seattle. He did an interview and he was discussing, some of his frustrations, says he wants to have more of a voice in personnel decisions. And quite frankly, he tired of getting hit too much. EJ, what are your thoughts, bro?
Well, it's good for his ass. Cause I'm still bitter about that damn play from 2015.
Yeah.
So now you see how it feels to be a loser, huh? Russell Wilson. But for real though, yeah, man, he's a star of the team, the franchise player. He deserves some offensive line. You gotta protect the quarterback. Quarterback make plays. So when you want to win, give him some help down there.
Yeah. And also, like, why not get these guys, a voice in decisions when they're the franchise players? I don't understand that. Like, that's the whole situation with Deshaun Watson. if you're gonna pay me like the max player, you're gonna pay me like the franchise player. Give me a voice, because 9 times out of 10, I'm on the field. I know what I'm talking about. I know the pieces that I need to get us there. Not only me, but to get our just our team can evolve and evolve. Like, why not let your franchise player have a voice in decisions? You rather see him request a trade. Now you got to start all the way over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And then on the flip side of him tired of getting hit too much, that is something that we're starting to see. Like, for the franchise quarterbacks, like the Breezes, the Brady's, those guys don't really get hit that much, man. Like, they might get popped there once in a while, but they ain't on the ground like how Mahomes was in the Super Bowl. The list goes on. A lot of quarterbacks steady getting hit, but you got to protect these guys if you want them to last a long time. So I feel him on that, but um, he also mentioned like the guy asked him, man, I forgot his name with the interview, but you guys could do your research and see this interview that I'm talking about. But he was asked like, does he think he available? And he was like, well, I'm pretty sure the way I ball and you know what I mean, if you play good, people gonna call and see about you. So with that said, is it a team that you would see Russell Wilson on if it's not Seattle?
Not really. I don't really don't pay him no attention, to be honest. I ain't paying attention to Russell Wilson since the last 2 Super Bowls, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Even though we in my team is in the same division as them, but nah, tired damn Seahawks.
yeah. I really agree. I don't really see him. I can't think off the top right now of a team that I would like to see him with. So hopefully everything shake out in Seattle, because you got him a fire wide receiver over there in DK
Yeah,
Metcalf. So
make they do that cold, man.
yeah. Now to our last NFL topic, man. It involves your team, man. The Eagles. It looks like y'all almost.
Green, I mean that green.
Yeah, it looks like y'all almost there to making your dream come true, bro. We're getting Carson Wentz up out of there. The Heat's the rumors been heating up, man, that he should be out of the door like anytime now. So the most likely destinations for him, bro, are the Bears and the Colts. I don't know what they're gonna get in return out of those
I don't need them.
places. Hopefully somebody on the defense end.
Yeah. So draft picks or something. I don't give a damn, man. I just want them gone, bro. Like,
Yeah. You just want him out of there, dog.
yeah, Jalen Hurts, he on the rise. Black quarterbacks.
Yeah. Man, Carson, I hope you can shake back, man, if you get you a fresh start.
Doesn't matter if he shake back, bro. That dude paid. He ain't got nothing to prove.
But still, yeah, I'm saying like from a fan aspect, bro. Like we can't just disregard those first season. I think it was his first season, and then a little bit of the second season before he got hurt, and that's when
Yeah.
his career kind of just diminished. Because that first season, bro, he had y'all looking like what Mahomes got the Chiefs looking like. Like, bro was balling. We can't disregard. I know he been kind of trash the last few seasons, but we can't disregard that first year and a half. Like, he was going crazy. But we'll see how it plays out.
Yes, sir.
Man, we moving on to your favorite sport, my G, the NBA. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass the torch to you on that, and let you bring us in the NBA talks, my dog.
All right. Our first topic of the NBA was Derrick Rose was traded back to the sorry ass Knicks for Dennis Smith Jr. Guess he wanted to be with Coach Tom Thibodeau. So how you feel about that one?
I'm not really excited about it. It's because it's just like, damn, like I don't know, bro. Like we discussed it last week. The Knicks just a fucking
Disgrace.
laughing. Yeah, it's just a laugh. Like you just need your good laugh. Just think about the Knicks. Like so, it's like, damn, bro. I would like to see him with a contender or somebody that at least got a winning record, so we can
Yeah.
see his.
But it's crazy that we mentioned the Knicks. They in ninth place right now. They like a W away from being at 8, and Toronto right there. Toronto 11-13, and the Knicks 11-14. So you never know.
I mean, unless they let's see just get in there and you know what I mean, really help Julius Randle make them competitive. I guess that's like the best thing
Yeah.
we can really
Might
say.
be a 6-man candidate. You never know. He could finish the season off averaging about 17 off the bench. You never know.
He still got a little bit in his tank, man. So I'm not.
Yep,
It's
in
not.
the step.
It's not. It's not roles. It's more about where he went. That's kind of like
Yeah,
it's underwhelming. So that's
I
really
agree.
all I got on that, bro.
Okay. We're gonna talk about your boy, the scrub. What happened to Dennis Smith Jr.?
Damn, you
What
call it
happened?
club?
Yeah, he is low key a scrub. Yeah.
Damn. If we going off of what like the question being what happened to him, my opinion, I think Luka Doncic. Um, like if you look at it, bro, he was balling. The Mavericks was basically his team, and then nobody really knew Luka Doncic was gonna turn into this goddamn beast that he done turned into. And then like you seen it, the franchise was like, you know what, this is Luka's franchise, and I think that messed with his confidence a little bit. And you
Should
know,
have played second fiddle.
I mean, look, it just went through. But just think about it, bro. It went from like his rookie season, he was balling. Everybody was talking about Dennis Smith Jr. for the Mavericks. Get him another piece. Get him another piece. Then Luka just stepped on the scene. So you go from being that number one guy to, damn, y'all just gonna swipe the franchise from under me and give it to somebody else. So I think that played a little part of it. And then you go from that to not even playing in games anymore. So it's like, damn. Like, what's your opinion on him? Like,
I don't know, man. Like he got game and he got bunnies. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, I guess he got to go to a team that let him play his game.
yeah,
'Cause I don't know, Detroit, and then Detroit kind of sucked. So just like the Knicks, hopefully this is last year on his contract and he go buy him a home. You
yeah.
never know.
I just hope he's able to display a little bit of his game, because if this is the last year of his contract and he ain't really been playing like that, it's kind of gonna be shaky. I don't really know if somebody gonna pick him up. And you know, if you've been a free agent for too long, your chances getting back in the league is pretty it's pretty slight, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
best of luck to Dennis Smith Jr., bro.
Hopefully he can remind me of Dennis Schroeder. You never know.
Yeah,
It ain't too late because he's still young. I think he's like what 22, 23. So the
hopefully.
sky's the limit for him. So
Yeah. What else you got for us, my dog?
hmm why does the media try to diminish players' careers without a championship? And the reason why that's a topic because recently me and my boy Juan just checked out an episode of $1,000,000 worth of game, and one of the coldest point guards got interviewed named Damian Lillard, aka Dame Dollar. And you know, he was telling like this dude, what's his name? Oh boy, he like guests on there with $1,000,000 worth of game. You know, he do like flip houses and stuff. Tony the closer. And you know, he had brought up the topic like you not consider joining, super teams and nothing like that. And Dan was like, no, championship's not going to define who I am. It's about what I do on the court and basically off the court. But like he said, thanks because ain't no loyalty in no franchise anyway. They'll trade you in a heartbeat, whether you're playing good or you got a season-ending injury. So he like if a trade happens, then that's out of my control. But I'm the type of person I recruit. Like he been the last 3 years, he been telling Melo, "Hey man, come down here to Portland." Then Melo, disappeared from the leagues. Ain't nobody wanted him. Dame Dollar just made that call. Hey man, y'all bring Melo. Melo came down there, and Melo on his second year playing with the Portland. So Dame, he more of a franchise player, but you never know.
Yeah.
What's your thing? What's your opinion about that one?
I think it's a like a living in the moment type of thing. Um, like I feel like a lot of times, like think about it, bro. Like when LeBron was balling, everybody was just caught up in his greatness, and then the minute they felt like, oh, he might not win a championship, that's when all the negativity comes. You know what I mean? It's like that saying, everybody on you when it's good, but then when things kind of get a little shaky, that's when everybody come with the criticism, the you're not good enough or you ain't as good as this person. And I think that's what it is a lot of times. And in Dame's case, I think it's a little bit of a lot. Like him playing in the West, you playing with all these other guys that's looked at as superstars. But Dame painted a great picture for me because I was always thinking of this, like, damn, like why do they look at certain guys and try to criticize them without a chip? Like they ain't just balled out their whole career. And I think Dame is a prime example of that. Like you can't tell me just because I ain't won a chip that I'm not better than a Chauncey Billups. And that's no disrespect to Chauncey Billups, but I just think
Mm-hmm.
player wise, Dame may be a better player than Chauncey Billups to me. That's just my opinion. But you gonna tell me that because Dame don't got a ring, that Dame is not a better player? That's just bullshit to me. And I just think same way with Melo. Melo is a Hall of Famer, but him not having a ring is going that mean he gonna not be on a top 10 or top 15 small forwards or you know what I mean? However, like just because he don't got a ring, like it's complete bullshit, bro. Like, and I hate
Yeah.
it.
Just because Paul Pierce got a ring, that don't mean he better than Melo. So
That's what I'm saying. And it's just like we get caught up in the moment. Like we forget about how cold Melo was because now we got guys like Tatum. But before Tatum, it was a Melo.
mm-hmm.
Before who else? Who was a fire two guard? Um
Trace McGrady, Vince Carter,
Tracy
guys like that.
McGrady. Before them, it was AI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just really balling on that level at the two guard. So it's just like, bro, it's just we get caught up in the moment and we forget about people's greatness and just say, oh, we don't got no ring, so shit, he can't talk. And then also the media guys that say this, like, bro, like it's people who never really played basketball. I mean, we've never played in the NBA level, but
Talent.
we know talent, and we also not criticizing guys like you a fucking bum or this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
Like we might have our opinions. Like I had an opinion on Daniel Tice. You had an opinion on Dennis Smith Jr. But at the end of the day, we still know these guys. They in the NBA, bro. Like we ain't
Yeah.
gonna diminish these guys. So it's just like,
And NBA ain't easy to stay in,
yeah. And we talk about it all
especially if
the
you
time. It's hard to score in
yeah.
the NBA. So like, bro, you gotta chalk it up to these guys. But Dame had a great point, really. That's really what I was just trying to say. Dame had a great point.
Yeah. And then he had a point because Shaq on inside the NBA, he been getting Barkley a hard time. I got 4 rings. You don't know what you talk about. You don't know nothing about going back to back. You only been to the finals once.
Yeah.
But 9 out of 10, Charles Barkley deserve it because he more of a hater slash asshole. So I really can't get mad at Shaq for doing that. Like he was downgrade LeBron, disrespecting him, Westbrook and James Harden. I'm like, bro, you was in the league for like 16 years and you barely got out the first round. You tried to join the big three and it did work. So you had your time, but I guess since you on TV, you got the right to criticize and humiliate or manipulate people game. And you was the same player, like you wasn't no different from them.
And I don't like that because Shaq was. You got to be blessed too. Like they say, like you got to be lucky to win. Not just lucky, but you also got to put the work in. But there's a little luck
Mm-hmm.
that comes with winning. Like, and that's true. Like Shaq was blessed to be in situations where all he had to do was play his part and win a chip, i.e.,
Mm-hmm.
playing with Kobe, i.e., going with D Wade and helping out
Mm-hmm.
the chip. You blessed to be in those positions. LeBron, like we talk about it all the time. This man had to go his first 9 years without even he got to the finals, but we know how that went. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? He had to go through a lot in order to get to a chip. And that's the same thing with Dame. Dame wasn't blessed to be on a team to where he can just get to a chip like that. And that's what I don't like about even with guys like Shaq. Shaq, you one of the best players we'll ever see. But bro, let's keep it real. If you ain't played with Kobe and you ain't played with D Wade, dog, you probably would have been like Barkley. And that
Yeah,
you would have just been a dominant ass big man who never got a ring. But
that's how it be. They got the rings, so they got the right to humiliate people who ain't got the rings. Just like it's like a nigga with money down talking a nigga who ain't got no money.
yeah,
That's just how it be.
yeah. And it's whack as hell because it's just like, bro, everybody's situation is different. And there's no
Yeah, it's just like growing up, like as a kid, everybody's circumstances is different. Some people was blessed to not go through hell and back. Some people had to go through hell and back to get what they had. Some people make it that excuse and don't amount to shit. Some people just it motivates them to be the shit. That's just the way it is. It's up to you.
facts. You couldn't have
Mm-hmm.
said it better, bro. You couldn't have said it better.
Yep.
What
Yes,
else?
sir. Shit. This is interesting. The Clippers are talking about trading Patrick Beverly and Lou Williams. I don't know if they talk about doing it next week or doing a trade deadline. I'm not really surprised about the Pat Beverly because I trade Pat Beverly myself.
Mm.
It ain't that one thing I respect about him, he plays hard, don't get me wrong, but he stays hurt. Like, and he got his money right on time, 3 years, $40 million.
Yeah.
So
When is
being
the
what
trade deadline?
is in March. And he only been to one conference finals. Patrick Beverly 2015 Rockets against Golden State.
Yeah.
So Pat Bev, highly respect him, and Lou Williams, he ain't been the same since last year. The lemon peppers at the strip club, the being in the bubble, and then now it's you with a new coach, basically a new team. So it's basically the same system. I think Ty Lue got Doc's system. Don't get me wrong, because did tell Paul George and the media it's the same thing. So
I think it's what I think he going through kind of the thing that a lot of the young Laker players who are now Pelicans went through.
mm-hmm.
The shit it's just not the same. You know what I mean? You got to change of the team. You got Paul George and Kawhi coming in there. Yeah, it kind of had some good moments last year, but it's just not the same as when it was just that core Clippers team. Like when it was Lou, Montrez, and the rest of them guys, they was making it work. Like that's when Lou was playing his best. Like put that boy in the fourth quarter, it's a bucket. Like and now it's just not the same. So I agree. Like if they can find a good trade, I just hope he ends up on a contender or a team where he can get some buckets. Because I don't want to see Lou, especially at this point in his career, I don't want to see Lou go to no sorry ass team
Mm-hmm.
for the rest of his career, dog. Is it any? I mean, since you say you would trade him, like, is it a team that you see them they could fit in, or
Well, they speculate rumors, but I don't think that's gonna happen. On top of they'll trade Lou to Atlanta for Rondo, but Atlanta's in the top 8. They like in 6th place right now. Even though Rondo basically pulling a Vince Carter, he barely playing. He have nights where he rests or he don't play a back to back.
yeah,
Because like he said, last 2 years playing the Lakers, he being hurt. So you try to be careful. And Patrick Beverly talk about trading him to Orlando for Terrence Ross. Like they switching spots, point guard to two guard. Like then Clippers still got Reggie Jackson. They'll start him and Rondo come off the bench, and along with Terrence Ross. So I don't know.
well, I think with the you said with the Hawks and who else was on the squad?
Orlando.
Well, I think the Orlando probably gonna be reasonable with Markelle Fultz going down. They probably gonna
Yeah.
put a point guard over there, but I wouldn't be mad at the Hawks acquiring Lou Williams, bro. I think because if they in the 6th place right now, especially with Trae Young doing his thing, and shit,
Mm-hmm.
Capella
Yeah,
is
Clint Capella is a beast right now. Like,
like, and then they got the young guy too. I think he come in behind Capella. I don't even know his name, but he like a backup center.
yeah,
I think he a rookie, either a rookie or second year, something like that.
yeah. And they power forward. What's his name? Josh Collins or something?
Yeah, Josh Collins. Or is it
Yeah,
John Collins? I think it's John Collins.
John Collins. One
Yeah,
of the
they got a
Atlanta.
squad over
They
there.
got a
Yeah,
squad. Yeah, they got a good squad this year. I'm happy for him, bro. So
yes.
Young, he won the slept on point guards in the league. He had
That boy shoot that thing from the logo, dog. Like They don't call him Trey Ice for no reason.
Yeah, they do cold, bro.
Yeah.
Now this is real interesting. It got something to do with my squad, but it's veteran from the vets and Doc Rivers. Will the Boston OA Boston Celtics ever reconcile, like get back together and being friends? And the reason why I say that because Paul, KG, and Rondo, for some reason, Perkins and Big Baby, they wasn't even on the team at the time. They still kind of holding a grudge on Ray Allen leaving Boston, going to Miami and play with LeBron.
Yeah.
So, what you think of that, Juan? I'll tell you mine. I'm gonna let you go first.
I think it's just a little bit of every like a lot of behind the scenes things that was happening on them teams when it came to who probably just roles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Doc Rivers, he was on All the Smoke, and he spoke on like guys like may feeling a certain way about, you know what I mean, I need to get the ball or I need to bring the ball up. And I think that played a large part of it, like with guys sacrificing and on top of Ray end up going to the arch nemesis, Miami, that just put it over the top. Just like, all right, dude, we can't stand Miami and you gonna go from lead this brotherhood and go join them and to beat us to get to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Then you hit the shot that end up putting the icing on the cake. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like I feel like maybe years we probably be a little older by the time they just realize that this is something that they should get over. But I think eventually, maybe in the future, it will happen. Like we might not be back
And
to
guess
that
how?
good, but we at least be cordial.
Hey, guess how it happened? And you know how it always happen when somebody ain't talking. A tragic gotta happen.
Tragedy, yeah,
Sad to say.
yeah,
And what people don't know, like the real story is, I don't know why. Is I kind of blame Ray Allen. He had a problem with Rondo running the offense. Last time I checked, Rondo is the damn point guard.
yeah,
Rondo was doing that when we won it in 2008. Why all of a sudden 2 years later you got a problem with that? Because that was your role. You was coming out screens or probably take no more than one dribble to get your shot off. You wasn't Ray Allen from Milwaukee and Seattle. You was just, a regular two guard coming out screens, hitting mid range of 3 pointers.
yeah,
Then the rumor was trading Rondo to New Orleans for Chris Paul, and then Ray was the one edging it on. Hey man, let's get Chris Paul down here. He more efficient than Rondo. He like the only thing Chris Paul got on Rondo at the time was jump shooting. Like what they did was basically similar. It wasn't no different. I don't know. I guess Chris Paul probably will be more aggressive. I seen Rondo aggressive against Miami. We still lost the series.
yeah,
Miami just was a better team. And what they got back to Rondo because Paul and KG said no, do not make that trade. We keep Doe here. That's what they nicknamed Doe. Keep him here. Then, like Perkins said, he had got back to Rondo that Ray actually wanted him gone, and Rondo got in his feelings. He said, "Man, we about to fight." And Perk and KG told him, "Nah, y'all will get the boxing gloves. Y'all fight it out like that." And like Perk said, what really hurt Ray Allen, Rondo beat his ass up. So I guess he beat him up in a fight for one. And then that 2011-12 year, Ray had like a injury problem dealing with his ankles. And then, him and Rondo were getting along. So Doc had to do what's right. Ray Allen had to come off the bench. He had started my boy Avery Bradley at the two guard. And it kind of made sense. Like Ray Allen, you already complaining. Rondo getting the ball, he got to run the offense. You coming out the bench. Rondo basically not in the game or Avery Bradley. So you come out the bench and play your game. You just got to come off screens. But unfortunately, Avery Bradley had got hurt in the playoffs. I forgot who he had got hurt against. I think it was against Atlanta first round, shoulder. And that's where Ray got his started spot back. We wind up going to the conference finals, and we gave Miami a run for their money. But after that we lost. Then y'all won that year. LeBron, that's you guys' first ring. Ray was a free agent, and then you know what it was. They offered him more money and no trade clause in his contract. What Rondo, the problem was Rondo, and then KG and Paul, like Steven Jackson said, what it really was, Rondo was the big three. It wasn't the big three no more with Ray Allen. They love Rondo more. So Ray Allen, like, all right, that's the way they feel. Fuck it, I'm gonna leave. And now not only I'm gonna leave, I'm going down to South Beach and try to win me another championship. So Ray Allen basically was paying them back like Kevin and Paul, like, y'all want to choose Rondo over me? Y'all want to make him the point guard? Doc, you ain't really doing nothing. Fuck it, I just go to Miami. That's in my opinion, that's the way I see it. He did that for payback. He ain't just go to Miami just because to win the championship. It was all, we ain't really brothers no more. Rondo, he in his feelings. And Ray Allen said something in his book. He said, I was trying to, I kind of got over it after we fought everything. I was trying to give him a few pointers on, jump shooting and try to be friends with him. Rondo was like, I ain't fucking with
you. Yeah.
Really, to be honest.
Especially if you thinking about, like, you talking about getting me traded, like, how I'm supposed to look at you.
Yeah, so what you expect?
Yeah.
And not only what they wanted with Ray Allen, he hit that the one. I think that's the clutchest shots in clutch. Number one, I think I'm gonna give it number one. Kyrie number two and Jordan number three. Because Ray Allen forced the game 7. LeBron came back and did his thing. Kyrie hit a game 7. Don't get me wrong, he hit the biggest shot, but that broke San Antonio back because it was like, believe it, we had them beat. That's why. So Ray Allen, he got the clutchest shot in NBA Finals history, regardless, because I was in my feelings too as a Celtics fan, but I got to give him credit. Yeah. And the next year, Paul and KG got traded to Brooklyn, and Ray Allen sent them home with a game winner in the second round. So, and then that made it even worse. So,
and I think too, like, they had to know that era was over with, bro. Like, y'all dominated for the time that y'all did. But the thing that disappoints me is I'm like, bro, you playing in the perfect situation with Rondo. Like, Rondo not looking for a shot, unlike a lot of point guards.
My point exactly. He a point guard.
I'm just trying to set you up. Like, the most beautiful moment I remember as a youngin' was when Ray Allen passed Reggie Miller's record. And I remember that game like it was like yesterday when they was playing the Lakers. Rondo came down the court, was looking for Ray, threw it back. Ray knocked down the 3, broke the record. And I was just like, man, this is greatness. This is legendary what I'm watching right now. So for it to go from moments like that to like y'all not even speaking to each other, it's just like, damn, man, these legends, I wish they could just, you know what I mean, get over it. But outside looking in, we ain't in their shoes.
And then the sad thing I don't get, they always say these youngsters, they ain't shit, they hard headed, they think they know it all, they don't want to listen to nobody, they sensitive as hell. Ray Allen, you 36, 37 years old, you too old to be acting like that. What is your problem? You too sensitive, you and your feelings. And like we just said, Rondo, he's a pass first point guard. How in the hell you get mad and he try to find you? And then, like they said, this actually was Paul Pierce's team, and Ray Allen won the majority of the shots. So, and then Kevin, like they say, Perkins and Kevin Garnett, he sacrificed his whole game. He was the defensive mind. And if he get on, if he get on, he'll get on. But because they was telling KG, man, you need to start taking 15 to 16 shots a game. Why you just selling for 5 shots? KG was like that. I don't care about that. I care about y'all. I want to keep y'all happy. Set screens, calling screens out on defense. He popping, all that. He just set things up. That was just Kevin Garnett. And Ray Allen talk about they made it more personal because I went to Miami. I was just want to win championship. Nah, man, you ain't just want to win no championship. You did that to hurt them. They just keep it 100. I don't care because if you would have called San Antonio, I know for a fact San Antonio would have signed you just like Miami did. You went to Miami because they just beat us. KG and Paul and Rondo can't stand LeBron, especially Rondo at the time. He hated Miami with a passion. And you did that just to get back at him.
So speaking of the Celtics and all of their ego problems and all of this, a key guy that was around for them times, one of the greatest coaches ever, Doc Rivers. Shout out to All the Smoke again, man. He was on there and he was speaking about the ego problems that Clippers team had back in the Big Three
Oh,
Heat run days. Like, and that was something we always discussed. Like, bro, that was the championship team. Like, what's up
yeah.
with them? So with Doc Rivers speaking on that and giving us some insight, did that kind of paint a better picture for you? Like why they never won with the whole Chris Paul and Blake Griffin issues?
I mean, to be honest, bro, let's just keep on. That team wasn't never gonna win no championship. It could
No,
be a chance because you got to look at it though. I'm just saying, like game wise, talent wise, Blake Griffin was not that dominant. He really ain't had no game. He was just a so-called jump hook, or he'll put you on a poster. That really don't do nothing in the playoffs.
but I
Chris
think it
Paul,
was them getting to the finals. Like, yeah, winning it is one thing, but at least getting there. Like, bro, they was having a hard
conference
time.
finals. Yeah, the
Yeah, they was
conference
having
finals,
a
not the NBA
hard
finals.
time, bro. Like how y'all can't get over the hump with all that talent, especially if we speaking on. And I know talent don't always results in a
Yeah,
championship, but for them to be that deep, you got Chris Paul, and then you got Bledsoe coming in. That's when Bledsoe was getting buckets, like looking like a young stud out there. And then just that whole starting line, you got Jay Crawford coming in getting buckets. You got Blake who was just dunking on everything, getting
DeAndre
rebounds.
Jordan.
Yeah, so it's just like it was just you could that painted a better picture for me when Doc spoke on that. Like, okay, I get it now. Chris Paul and Blake, they probably was going at it like this my team, no, this my team. When really, if they would have just said, man, look, let's just see what we can do. I don't care who team it is, let's just go out here and ball and compete. They could have possibly got to the finals, bro. Like it was because wasn't the Grizzlies with Rudy Gay and Rudy Gay, OJ, and Zach now, wasn't they giving them problems back in
Yeah,
the
but they ain't win that series that year. That was next year without OJ and Rudy. That's how
yeah,
bad that was.
that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Without without the offensive talent, it was just Debo, Marcus Gasol, Mike Conley.
That's crazy.
So and then what they brought Doc brought his son over there, Austin Rivers, that 2015 year, and they beat San Antonio in the first round 7 games. Then they go play against Houston and lose in 7 games. I'm like, what the? That's why I gave up on them. I'm like, how you just beat the defending champs of the Spurs and you lose against the Rockets? James Harden known for choking in the playoffs, and y'all let them beat you. Josh Smith came back in Game 6 off the bench, hitting the clutch shots. I'm like, what the?
Bruh,
And
that
then they,
was the craziest. Like Josh Smith, what's up with him, bro? He looked like that motherfucker looked like he was unstoppable that series, bro.
yeah, I'm like, and then I'm like, with Josh Smith, I'm like, bro, what was this in Atlanta? Where
Fact.
you actually was the second best player on the team at the time. Well, third, because it was Joe Johnson, Al Horford, and Josh Smith. I'm like, well, where that 3 ball was at then? I ain't gonna lie. So sometimes players like that, they really piss me off. I'm like, you young, he came out of high school with the Hawks, played 9 years with them. So I mean, years later, that's when all of a sudden your 3 ball started popping.
Man, and then when they
I
asked,
guess it's true. Like Russell Westbrook and some other star the role players, they just all season they just living it up.
yeah, that was crazy, man. But it happens though. We ain't like we. It's something that we surprised by. Like it's teams with ego problems, and that's why certain guys gonna get chips, and certain guys just that shit is just not gonna happen because they can't really work with their egos. Now, um, one of our last topics is well, not one, but our last topic is dealing with just music and entertainment. And I know we kind of spoke on it a little bit with Dame earlier, but with his interview with $1 Million Worth of Game, shout out to Gilly the Kid and Wallow. Um, Dope interview. Like, what are some of the? I know we spoke on, Dame with the criticism of media and stuff like that. But was it anything else that he spoke on in that interview that had you like, wow? Because it was some moments in there for me, man.
When he had to grow like his basketball days, like in high school, he had to pay his dues. He was doing everything he can from AAU to going to big time circuits to play ball, being in what top 20, top 30 at the time,
Yeah,
and he only got one scholarship offer to small D1 school in Weber State, located in one of the most racist states, one of the most racist states in Utah.
Yeah.
And like he said, his teammates they getting scholarships from bigger teams, bigger college teams, the bigger names and stuff. He going to this small school, which he had to play all 4 years to be selected in the NBA. But in his defense, maybe if he would never got hurt his junior year, he had broke his foot. But his brother was breaking it down more. He talked about that's the best thing that ever happened to him because it made him humble and he had to work even harder because he was averaging 21 his junior year. He went from 11 to his freshman year, second year 19, junior year 21. He had he played 12 games and he broke his foot. Had to sit out. Had to just all he could do was just rehab, go to class, and then I remember I had sent you a video. He had his foot in a brace and he was just working on his ball handling, working on his passing, sit down in the chair, working on his jumper. Then when he got to start moving, his game got better. He came back. He averaged 25 his senior year. Next thing you know, he was in the top 10 picks. He was number 6 in 2012 NBA draft, and he became the rookie of the year. Then his second year, he became an NBA All-Star. So 9 out of 10, God, it's true. God got a plan for you. So he had to swallow his pride and just work even twice as hard. It's like that sometimes.
Yeah, that was a key moment for me too, because what it taught me is just that, like you said, when God got something planned for you, long as you put that work in and you stay devoted, it'll pay off. Because Dame probably had some frustrating moments, like when you talk about like what you mentioned with the teammates going to these big schools, and you feel like, bro, I'm just as good as these guys. Why am I not getting the same offers? And then you have to go to a school that you have to really prove yourself. Then you get hit with some more adversity. You hurt your foot, and you like, damn, I'm almost close to the draft. Like, it's probably gonna mess me up. You got to come back and go even harder. So you go through that, but all of that, like his brother was right, but all of that is the reason we see the Dame we see today, because it never stopped. He got to the NBA and he had to face more adversity. They snubbing him from All-Star games where he needed to be in the All-Star game. Like, he's clearly an All-Star. He hitting big time shots. He doing everything that's required for you to be looked at as a star in the NBA, but yet they still downplaying him. You know what I'm saying? So now, all right, I'm gonna shoot from the logo. What else y'all gonna say? Oh, y'all still feel like these other guys better than me? All right, I'm gonna bust y'all ass. Like, every time, bro, just go back in that gym and get back in his bag. And that's why I respect Dame. And bro, just think about it. Like, most of the greats got some kind of adversity or story they've been through. Michael Jordan lost his dad. LeBron grew up, I don't even like, bro, he grew up worse than a lot of people. Turned out great. Kawhi Leonard lost his pops, made him way better. The list goes on. Like, a lot of the great guys, like, they go through so much stuff and it motivates them, bro. They turn into a whole nother animal. And it's just like Dame is the same way. And he had a few more key moments in that interview, man. I hate when I go blank like that. It was one of them I wanted to speak on. You had another one, or was that it?
Nah, that was my main thing. I enjoyed that interview, bro. That was Dame Dollar. He in my top 5 for real. Just from his growing up in Oakland, his high school, college, and to now. And then, not to mention Damian Lillard, he a cold NBA rapper, by the way. Y'all need to go check him out. Type in Dame Dollar on YouTube. Cold. They don't even have to cuss. Him and Shaquille O'Neal, the 2 coldest NBA rappers I've ever heard in my life. That's just my opinion.
Boy, dog, man. Yeah, shout out to Dame, man. Hope you see this one day, dog. So hopefully we, we keep on the path we going. We can get to meet Dame one day, you know what I'm saying?
What?
So shout out to Dame. Shout out, man, just shout out to the podcast that's been giving us these dope interviews, bro. Like All the Smoke, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, $1 Million Worth of Game, Gilly the Kid, Wallow, Knuckleheads.
Yeah.
List goes on, man. They dope guys and they brothers. I mean, black be taking over this entertainment thing, man, like we always do. So shout out to them, man. Yeah, bro. Anything else you want to leave the people before we get up out of here?
Yes, yeah, y'all keep on supporting the podcast, man. Stats and facts, we on a mission, and to break out. We in the what in these houses and stuff. You never know. We might have our own office one day, interviewing big time people.
Yeah,
It'll
man.
take some time. We just gotta keep on putting that work in.
And hopefully, when we really take off, bro, we'll get Brady on so he can talk about being the GOAT.
Yeah, yeah, like that's gonna happen. I would want to interview that bastard for nothing in the world.
Damn.
The
Hey,
only,
man.
only quarterback I want to interview like that so-called GOAT is either Drew Brees or Peyton Manning.
Damn. We're gonna get up out of here for DJ severing some ties for us before we get to the next level, dog.
Mm.
But like we say,
Y'all hit that subscribe button, man.
I was just about to say, hit that notification bell so y'all get them updates when we drop a new episode. We'll be back next week. Most likely we'll have a guest on next week too, so y'all stay tuned for that.
Yes, sir.
Stats and facts. I'm your boy Warren,
DJ G94.
and we out.